Going to Maine. Gonna be YouTube famous this week. It's race week, baby. Come on. Good morning. How are you? Welcome back. It's been a little bit. We get a lot of stuff in, a lot of training, a lot of preparation. We're actually 1 week away from race day, first 70.3 of the year. Going to be up in Maine next week. Right now it is Saturday, July 23rd, 5:30 in the morning. Getting ready for the last week of training before race day. Today we have a bike ride. It's going to be about 50 miles, about 2.5 hours, with some hills, a little transition run. Tomorrow it's going to be the last long run. It'll be about a 12 to 14 miler. We'll get into that a little later about what kind of workout that's going to be. But today we're going to get out there with a couple people, get some hills in, practice some of that bike work, shifting up and down hills, rolling hills, descents, some of that technical stuff, and just get ready for race day. So I'm going to load up the car, we're going to head out, and we'll catch up with you in a little bit. Alright, so where have we been the last 15 weeks or so? This is a 16-week training plan for this race. It's going to be 15 weeks put in the books, going into race week. We've hit every workout, haven't missed any of the bikes or runs. The swim's been there, getting it done as much as I can. So I think we're in a good place. This is not going to be the A race or the race I'm really training to do well at, the best 70.3 this year. This is just going to be basically a test. It is a little bit of a hillier bike course. It's about 3,000 feet of elevation on the bike, so it will be a little slower bike course. The goal on race day is going to be just put in a really good effort to see where we're at with our swim, bike, run at those distances. Get a lot of data, a lot of heart rate data, a lot of stuff with power on the bike, and take that into the next two races that we do have this year. After this, we'll have Atlantic City on September 10th and North Carolina, I believe October 15th. Which is going to be good. They're spaced out just right where I'll be able to get a nice training block in with a little taper before each of those races, and be able to work on some of the weaknesses that I'll have, or some of the things I want to strengthen and do better upon going into those races. I would say that North Carolina is probably going to be the A race of this year, just because of the type of course that it is. It should be a fast course, a flatter course. That's when we're going to be able to put all of our training and all those extra little builds after this race together to hopefully have a really good day on that day. That's when we'll really push it. So we're going to get after it today. Again, we're going to get about 2.5 hour bike in with some hills and a little transition run after. But training's been well, knock on wood, injury free, no real issues along the way. It's just fun. You know, I really enjoyed the journey, the process, the build, the plan. Anything life throws at you along the way, adapting, overcoming, and really race day is what it is. Even if something happens on race day or you don't perform the way you think you're going to perform, knowing that you put all those pieces in, all those workouts together, all those early mornings like today, that's really the win in the whole thing. So we're gonna enjoy this last weekend, this last longer ride before this race. Doesn't mean the work is done yet this year. There's gonna be a lot harder workouts after this race, because again, like I said, we'll figure out what needs to be worked on, set up some specific training blocks to help build those things and get after it. So get out there today, hit the bike. It's about 77 degrees already at 5:42 in the morning. It's going to be over 90 today, so we're going to try and get it done early. This bike spot is a little shaded, not so bad as being out on that path that we're usually on, where we're getting blasted by the sun. So we'll see you out there. Thanks for tuning in again. Hope you enjoy the update. Hopefully get you some views of the bike today, and then I'll tag you along for tomorrow, talk about the run, and a little recap afterwards about the weekend and leading into race day. It's race week, baby.
Maine is
Next weekend. Dang, it's here. All right, getting out here, getting it done, getting a couple hills in, finishing the first lap. Got Brian and TJ here. Brian's training for Atlantic City 70.3. He trained for Eagleman this year, and he'll be coming to North Carolina as well. So 70.3s on tap for him as well. Definitely getting a little warm out in the sunny section over here, but this path is mostly shaded, which is going to help out a little bit today. It's actually kind of cool on the back end of the loop here. Hey, welcome to YouTube. Hi, Brian.
where'd you come from?
What's up? See, the downhills make it worth it. Cool you off at 35 miles an hour. It's just those climbs in the sun. Leslie, say hello.
Hey, what's up, Ken?
It's a guest appearance from Spotty. Going to Maine. Gonna be YouTube famous this week. It's race week, baby. Come on. Yeah, buddy, get it. Woo! Last hill. Good morning. It's Sunday, day after our bike ride. Last part of the weekend here is going to be another long run. We're repeating last week's workout, which was a 14-mile run. A little change of plans. We were supposed to start at 6 o'clock, beat the heat. It's already 76 degrees out. Heat advisory still. Just some family plans changed today. The wife has to go to work earlier, so fortunately instead of starting at 6, we got to try and get the run in. Had a couple options, force in on the treadmill today, which I kind of despise. Run really late tonight, possibly. Push it till tomorrow. Missing the run's not an option. So today we opted for just getting out there a little earlier. So it's 4:30 in the morning. We're getting ready. We're trying to start around 5 and get it done. It's going to be a 14 miler with basically 3 sets in there. It's going to be 2 5-mile sets and a 4-mile set. We're going to start off easy in each of those sets and build a negative split throughout. We successfully did that workout last week. Granted, it wasn't as hot out, so we'll see how that plays out today. I have a little cue card here of the paces I hit for each negative split last week. The goal here was supposed to be to do that run again and just run it slightly faster than last week in preparation for next week for the race. So we're gonna get out there, try and get it done. We'll see what happens. We will catch you when we get back, let you know how it went. All right, run done. We're back, showered up, all good for the day. I'm actually kind of glad, due to scheduling, that I had to get that done at 5 in the morning instead of starting at 6, because it did start to get really hot out on that last half hour. The work is done. 15 weeks of the 70.3 build. It was a fun process again to get to this point, to get to race week. Very motivating. Everybody is up. Today's Ironman Lake Placid. Everybody's out there crushing it, putting their training to good work today. Good luck to everybody out there racing. Can't wait to see the results and see everybody cross the finish line later today. The real takeaway here is this year, with being able to help some athletes now in a coaching role while I'm in training, has put on this different sense of standard that I am now holding myself to. A standard, what I mean is not only a standard for how I'm going to treat the athletes that I'm helping, but a standard for myself and how I treat my training. They're watching what I do. I preach and speak in regards to things that I've done, things that have worked for me, how I can modify those things to help them, but holding myself accountable and to a standard that is above and beyond. So with that 15 weeks, the way the training plan laid out, we didn't miss any workouts. We had a lot of things come up, personal things, work things, change of schedules, with the wife's schedule and working. Thank you everybody who's chipped in and was able to make this work. Family members, that help out with the kids once in a while. But it's just holding yourself to that standard, that higher standard. And that's with everything in life. When you're gonna do something and you make a decision, you really gotta just go all in on it. Not only do you have to get your training in, you have to make sure you're drinking enough fluid. You have to make sure you're eating well. You have to make sure you're recovering well. There's so many other things that you need to do besides just checking the boxes of these workouts. And all those other things support getting those boxes checked along the training plan. Holding that standard is making sure you're holding yourself accountable and keeping people around you that are going to keep you accountable as well. And you work with each other to push each other and help each other, when things get a little tough or things get a little hard through that training plan. 15 weeks in, the work has been done. Now it is what it is. I enjoyed the journey. So whatever happens on race day, happens on race day. But I know the 15 weeks that were just put together were executed well, properly, and I'm prepared. Race day is race day. It is what it is. Like a good friend just said this weekend, things don't go well on race day. It makes for a good story. It makes for some lessons learned. It is what it is. Hopefully you have a great day. But knowing that you put the work in and you got to the start line doing everything you needed to do, to me is more important than just the finish line result. Yes, it'll be on the internet forever, but what you're gonna take with yourself and what people don't see is all those weeks, all those training blocks that you put together to get to that day is something that you hold inside of you that nobody can ever take away from you. So regardless of race day, if you put the work in, best of luck out there. this is just the beginning of the year. We're gonna race in Maine. Once we get back from Maine, I'm gonna take you on a journey. I'm gonna show you the next build to Atlantic City and how the training is gonna go to that. And then as well, after that, we're gonna hopefully continue progressing forward, keep healthy, and progress into another build for North Carolina 70.3 in October. It's gonna be a fun journey. I hope you'll come along with it. We do have some other things and some other variables along the way there. I'm doing a bike relay in Chattanooga again this year for Team Blue Line. The race captains are part of a relay team. I'll be doing the bike portion. So I do have to do a little extra bike training, which I think is gonna be able to help in Atlantic City and North Carolina in those races, because I'll have a lot more bike fitness, especially for that 70.3 distance. So I hope you come along for the ride. It's going to be interesting. Hopefully hit some goals along the way. I'll show you some of the training and how I structure it, give you a little inside look on the day-to-day stuff and what else goes in besides just hitting those swims, those bikes, and those runs. And that's it. It's race week. I got everything up on the board there. We got a couple workouts left. They're getting shorter this week. A bike interval, tempo bike. We have a park run tomorrow night, another 5K for the summer run series. It's good that it's earlier in the week. I'll be able to recover after that. And then basically we're traveling out on Friday. We're gonna check in, race on Sunday, and we'll be back early next week. Stay after it, stay safe, stay healthy. Thanks for tuning in. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we do have this nice journey coming along for the 70.3 races this year. And that's it. Stay well, stay safe, balanced out life 1 mile at a time, and we will see you on the next one.
We only get one life. We only get one life. Let's live it up. We only get one life. We only get one life like this. We only get one life. We only get one life like this.